Yo, hey y'all, so it's your man Rico the opinionist. What's good? I told y'all know I love these sunny days. I'm gonna show y'all something. Y'all know my spot right here, right? Look at all that. See, it helps me to clear my mind. Just walk past and check out the ducks, and man, it helps to soothe when things are going badly for me, or just things going bad, or I'm not feeling that great about the world and everything. I just come out here. Let me tell y'all somehow how wonderful a body of water is. Man, it really does soothe. It really soothes the mind. And if you live in a city where you live close to a park and it has a body of water like a little lake, or hell, if you live somewhere where it's like a cool ass river, grab a seat on a nice crisp or a nice sunny day afternoon and just look at the water and just allow it to be therapeutic. But I'll talk more about that in another video I'm going to do. But I want to say this really quickly. This is not going to be a long video. I hope the title brings you in. And just bring it in and say, hey, what the hell are you talking about? Trump needs to be the president. Donald Trump needs to be the president for the sake of black people. He needs to be the president. And I say that because when we as a group seem to have our backs against the wall, we tend to get this idea of unifying or doing something. It worked for us for at least 200-300 years. That's how we got Black Wall Street and Rosewood and all these businesses that we had back in the day, Harlem Renaissance. Because our backs were against the wall, there were laws in place that told us you can't sit here, you can't come there. So we decided we made our own way in this country, and with all guns a-blazing in our direction. But then messed around in 1964 came about, and these Negroes thought about this thing called civil rights, and we need integration. Which, I'm sure it has had some benefits. We need civil rights. And that's had some benefits. But what has really happened, it really hurt us as a group here. Because you're talking about disarmament and taking the people off their square. That's what that did. That integration, assimilation, it just took us out. Just like anything. It's like when they merged the ABA with the NBA. The ABA was mainly a black basketball league. Black folks, black men were, doing the damn thing. Then they merged into the NBA, and there go the blackness. No black owners. There's a bunch of Negroes running down the court, dunking the basketball for some little ass Jewish white guys. Not only that, most of their agents are Jewish white guys. You can't make this shit up. Somebody who can't even dribble a basketball past their knees are in control of hundreds of 6'5" to 7'3" Negro males, top athletes in the world, and a 5'1" Jewish white man is in control of their minds and their money and their bodies. You can't make this shit up. So, just the name Trump causes some kind of derangement syndrome. And I've always said the only people who are upset about this are those who trying to act outside of who they are. Main ones we talking about, so we're all together, we're one people, except when the money is being around. When they spread the money out, black folks seem to get skipped over. Isn't that interesting? Immigrants have gotten way more benefits in 10 years or 20 years that black folks got in 300 years over here. But something was actually done to us. That's 250 years of cattle slavery. That did a number on us, and we still made it through, even psychologically nuts. We did, so we still made a way, but right now it's just ridiculous. Can't unify, won't unify, we're just segregated within the group. Even with those other groups, they may have separate little organizations and groups, but they all come together when it comes to their privilege and their leverage under this system of capitalism. And it's funny to hear those other groups talking about, it's racism, white supremacy. How the hell you being discriminated against? You volunteered to come to this motherfucker, Asian. You volunteered to come to this motherfucker, African. You volunteered to come here. It was foundational black Americans that laid their lives down, their children's lives, all that down to flatten the road so you can just fly your ass over here, hop the fence over here, Hispanics and Latinos. Y'all talking about some goddamn racism. I'm telling you, man. You can't make this up. But a lot of us are so out of our minds that we actually think those people have suffered. Nobody suffered. Black people have been, it's been an ongoing attack on the black mind, the black money, the black bank account, the black humanity since we got this motherfucking y'all. And some of us will say, you know what, I don't want to fight. Let me just get comfortable in my captivity. And that's what you have today. And I'm thinking, I said, okay, I see on social media every day. I see on the, I guess on the news, I see in movies, you know, Trump, fuck Trump. Yeah, he's evil. Okay. He gonna do this to black folks. And I got some of these educated blacks are the worst. They gonna take your civil rights. He trying to dismantle civil rights and erase your history. How the fuck he gonna be able to erase your history? And you know how to read. You know how to write. And I know who pushing that. The Democratic Party is pushing that foolishness. You can't erase your history, and you know how to write, and you know how to read. Look, I just sit back and I say, damn, they can't be this goddamn silly. I'm talking about us, because everybody else is behaving according to plan. We're the ones off kilter. So I'm saying Trump needs to be the president, because God can't even bring us together. Maybe what y'all believe is the devil. Maybe he can do it. Because we will not unify. The very thought of us coming back to our neighborhoods and building it, getting that money out of the state, getting the money out the federal government, because you can do it. You do it for the white jobs you work for. You can get the money from them to build them up. How come you can't get money from the state and the federal government to build up your own black neighborhoods? That's why I really don't care when I hear people complain about President Trump. Because really the complaints are legitimate. There aren't. ABC, CNN, MSDNC, all of them just say the same shit. He's Nazi, he's this, he's that. So if you truly believe that we got a white supremacist in the office, if you truly believe that, why aren't you behaving as such? Why aren't you acting like it? Every other group behaves like they're in enemy territory. So what they do, with the help of this very government, they form their own communities. Chinatown, Little Italy, what Dr. Claude Anderson said, you got Little Haiti, you got everything little except for little black towns. And we still run our ass around here going everywhere else instead of within ourselves. I know y'all don't like this black talk. It goes against your integrationist ways. You're so assimilated. I'm just some poor righteous teacher was spewing hate. I know that. And anyone who's met me, you know damn well I'm not about that life. I'm a good dude to whoever's good to me. But one thing I'm just like a Jewish white man. I'm just like an Asian. I'm just like an Italian. I'm just like Hispanic. I'm just like a Latino. I am race first. But when we said, why you spreading hate? We all one person. We all one human being. All this silly shit. But that's not true. Who's this? What's up, B? So we get to screaming all that dumb shit when it's convenient. But you know, the sharing of the money lets you know that's not true. So what do we do now? Just sit around and just yell and scream at each other about nothing. And we just wondering why things aren't happening. Because we're playing games. We claim that we're so upset about shit. But then I look at the behavior and the actions. No, you don't care. Because as soon as a football game come on, the Negroes forget about everything. The Negroes, sorry, I won't use that hard N word. We forget about everything. As soon as football and basketball come on, black men just shut down. So I'm telling you, I do a lot of shaking my head. When I hear them crying about whatever, I'm just like, oh, shut the fuck up. You know, I have not watched the full video. I have not seen the video. I've seen clips of Kanye West with DJ Academics, and I noticed he's wearing that black KKK outfit. I was like, okay. And I was hearing that people upset about it. Why? It's just a black Klansman outfit. Y'all know Kanye. And he's also supposed to be spewing some facts. So I don't care about him wearing that. I don't. Because Kanye West is not the one terrorizing our black neighborhoods. The gangs are. The black rappers are. The street rappers that talk about death and destruction and our race and talking about drugs and how the women need to be hoes, and you got the women rappers talking about how hoish they are. So please, spare me. Spare me of what you think Trump is doing. Trump ain't doing shit. Because when I come out of my house, when you come out, if you still, those of you blacks who still living in the community, a lot of y'all live in the suburbs talking about how bad Trump is living around these white Republicans. I know, I talked about that in my last video. This shit is crazy. It's amazing. Living in white suburbs talking about racism. Get the fuck on. So, yeah, our KKK is called Crips and Bloods. Our KKK is called the Black Rapper. That's our KKK. It ain't the KKK around here. Back in the day, we knew the KKK was punk ass white boys in them little towns that trying to hang everybody and all of that. But our KKK today is these little fathers, little angry, little self-hating, anti-black little bastards. And these old funk-ass rappers who accept money from these Jewish record label owners to destroy their own race. Those are our KKK. Like those black folks in Ohio, when they put the when they saw them Nazi skinhead dudes come in with their black mask on and all that stuff, and they armed themselves, said, "Look, we ain't gonna be threatening our own black neighborhood with no damn Nazi swastika flags and shit." So what they did, know how they responded? And I appreciated how they responded. They went and got them ARs, they went and got the masks, they went and got the baton, they got the pistols on their ass and started patrolling their neighborhood. And I appreciate them doing that, the men standing up and doing that. But my thing is, what about the black dudes that's dressed in black masks and black hoodies terrorizing black neighborhoods? How come black men haven't responded with the ARs and the pistols and the black pusheiste masks on these little bastards? Those are our KKK. It ain't Trump. It ain't Elon Musk. It's the little nigglers that we decide to make fatherless and leave them up to the hands of these women to raise. Hooligans. That's who it is. And I'm not saying to ignore racism, but a lot of us don't even know what the fuck racism is. We think racism is because a white man want to date a black woman. Or that's what we think racism is, because somebody socially don't like you, call you niggas socially. But if you read the books of our scholars, racism is systematic. The shit they doing us every day, from bank loans, car loans, the shit they denying us out of. They can't deny us out of reading. They can't deny us getting an education. So shit that we can do. Yes, I'm finna mention Dr. Claude Anderson again. Because he put the blueprint up there for us to even be doing a lot better in this country. But we won't. And that's something we need to do. We need to wonder why don't I want to work in concert with other black people to have some money to have our neighborhood look like Germantown out here in North Memphis or South Memphis and parts of Whitehaven. How come we don't do that? We'd rather move out there and get them folks $400,000 for a house out there than get $150,000 and build your house off of Hollywood or off of Chelsea and begin the process of revitalizing the neighborhood, changing the tax brackets, and demanding to get police, precincts, demand that they put grocery stores and Ross and DD's and Kroger and all of that in your neighborhood. But instead, we'll take our millions of dollars. That's where the $1.7 trillion come from. They say that we spend every year as a race in this country, $1.7 trillion. But none of it goes to the black neighborhood. It goes to all the Jewish whites, Catholic whites, and Asians. They're the ones who make all the goods and services that we buy. Instead of us putting that money into building up parts of Dallas, South Dallas, Pleasant Grove, the parts in the hood, we don't, and it's beautiful land, it's valuable land. That's why people like to come in and gentrify it. And let me again go back to my original top title. Trump needs to be the president. I'm thinking it's going to have that effect that'll bring us together. If we truly believe that we're under the microscope and Trump is this big old evil dictator, well, how come we not acting like it? That means all of us, all 44 million of us, will start sending our money to HBCUs. You know, and making sure, steer our kids to black colleges and build those up. You know, and make them powerhouses like we had our own stuff. The reason they bought the stuff that we created back in the 30s and 40s because they saw how powerful it was when we stuck together and put our money with each other. But that goddamn 1964 civil rights movement, that crime bill, just snuffed all the life out of us. He said, Rico, you talking about the civil rights movement, the bill and all that? Yeah. Because see, those people, them Negroes back then, they didn't want they didn't want to fight. They wanted integration, assimilation. They didn't want liberation. Liberation is different than integration. Liberation means freedom, autonomy. You make your own decisions. You run you. But now these Negroes wanted jobs and position and access to white women and homosexual sex. They ain't me talking. That's history. Read. All you got to do is read. That's the truth. Son, rest in peace, Steve Copeland. Who tried to tell us about these folks. We won't hear nothing. See, if I were already famous, y'all be listening to me. But y'all know I'm just a poor righteous teacher. And I'm talking. I don't know why I keep doing it. Yes, I do. Because I think I owe it to all. I owe it. It's my part. My duty to do my part to spread the good news. Oh, glory. Hallelujah. And so I'll take my time out when I have a beautiful evening like this to share while I'm working on me. And so I'll continue to try to have a conversation with us about us doing us. And I'm thinking of, hey, Trump being the president, let's go, right? Come on, black folks, let's go, let's go. You motherfuckers better sit around and let Democrats tell y'all who to be mad at. So it ain't working. Also, and all the mass media, the white mass media doing the same thing, got the black media doing the same shit. Every breath he takes, you got to report about it. But it's so amazing. In 4 years, all of the fuckery that was going on for 4 years, the gas prices, high-ass rent, high-ass mortgages, all that shit, people getting evicted. Boys and girls sports, men and women's bathrooms, tampons in boys' bathrooms. 18 million immigrants been just let over and they all headed straight to the black neighborhood. Ain't nobody had shit to say about nothing. That's why I don't give a fuck about your complaints about Trump. I don't give a fuck. I don't care to hear it. Because you were silent the whole 4 years. This motherfucker was literally ruining the country. How y'all think Trump won? Not because he was just the greatest candidate or alternative. Because that Biden-Harris foolishness ripped the damn country apart with all that nonsense. And church folks voted for Kamala Harris. Can you believe it? And the Democratic Party goes against everything that's morally upright. They go against family. They don't want to see no strong man in the family. They don't want to see none of that. They want to see everybody with two mommies and two daddies. They want the son to be turned into a girl and the girl with a buzz cut talking about she love her girlfriend. That's the Democratic Party. Shit. So I hope that when y'all get through whining and moaning about Trump being the president, that you actually say, okay, our backs are against the wall. Just like we say, he gonna take us back. He trying to take us back to segregation. Did I just talk about how we had a little better when it was segregation? Meaning in a sense that we knew that we had to rely on each other. Hold on a second. We looked out for each other. We listened to each other. We dated each other. We married each other. We invested in each other. We invested in our programs. We invested in our race. Because they told us, no, you're not wanted here. We ain't want your money. So, for y'all to be this damn extreme and say, well, they gonna take us back to segregation. Well, I know a lot of y'all who like white girls and non-black women and non-black men. I know that's got you shaking in your boots. But I digress. Trump needs to be the president if it's going to bring us together. But it doesn't seem like it's working. So what I'm about to do, hoping that 2028 J.D. Vance gets to be the president so you Negroes can finally get it. Because y'all say that that Trump is a racist and he's going to send us back and we're going to lose all our rights. And If you're an American citizen, how the fuck you gonna lose your rights? Y'all even not, let me tell y'all something. I want y'all to listen to this. If we are Americans, how the fuck we losing any rights? Like we're some visitors. I mean, that civil rights movement, and that bill, that so-called Civil Rights Voting Act, 65 Voting Act was some bullshit. Because why do we, let me speak slowly. Why do we as Americans need a voting rights bill? No other group gets no bill. They come in under white people, American rights. When they get sworn in or sneak in, they sneak in and still get white people, American white people rights. So y'all are saying that we are Americans? Those of you blacks that say, I ain't African American. I wasn't born in no Africa. Okay. Well, why the fuck you need civil rights then? Those are specialty rights for people who are not Americans. Did y'all know that? I'm telling you, those leaders back then set us up. That's why we looking stupid out here. Civil rights one. If they were so tough and it was for black people, why the fuck they're so easily dismantled and infiltrated by other groups, non-black foundational black American groups? We're not thinking. We're so busy being emotional. We're not even thinking and rethinking, revisiting history with the knowledge that we have today. If we are Americans, what the hell do we need with civil rights? We're supposed to be fighting for equal human rights, not no special set-aside rights. That's why they're able to push white women, Asians, LGBT, handicapped, everybody to rights that was supposedly be specifically created for black people. Y'all not even paying attention. And guess what? Your Democratic representative not gonna tell you that truth. That's why I'm here. You know, maybe it's my Aquarius mind. I'm always thinking outside of the box, the constructed box. And it just dawned on me, why are black people the only group in this country that get our voting rights voted on every 25 years, that we're such Americans? And when white folks don't ever get theirs voted on, and other groups don't ever get theirs voted on, they just need to make sure that visa is, renewed like it's supposed to. But we're Americans, right? I know, Rico, you just go too far and go over people's heads. They ain't trying to think. They just trying to dance. Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Oh, got my boot on the ground. Anyway. Look, the Cash App is right there. $ RicoRiversMSW. Hey, if you're cool with me, fool with me. Shout out to Raider J, my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee. Shout out to North Memphis, you dig. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.